most of us here have heard everything we can hear about what the equinoxes and the solstices are. But indulge me as I review a few of the things that are going on right now. First of all, this is the day of equal light. That's why it's called equinox. This is one of the 2 days in the year that the sun shines on the North Pole and the South Pole. It's also a shift of energy, a shift from the introvert energy of winter, where you're, kind of huddled down in your home away from the snow. And we're moving more into the extrovert energy of summer. And the springtime is the movement from that introvert energy more into the extrovert energy, which will maximize itself in the summer solstice in June. So we're moving through a shift of energy right now. That's kind of important to remember. It's also remember that this is a day of equality. This is a day of equalness. As you know, or probably don't know, this is also in ancient times when we would plant the seeds. This was the planting time. The fall equinox was the time of harvest. So there's a lot going on right now, today. And this particular equinox is very powerful because tomorrow there's a new moon in Aries, which is going to amplify everything. So it's very important for us to take this very serious, what we're going to be doing today. I apologize for my throat. Got a little thing going on that's not that serious. But it does kind of mess with my talking. So here we are on this day, and I want to talk about planting seeds. And it's important for us to consider what seeds we're going to be planting. And I'm talking about intentionality. I'm talking about what is it that you want to experience the next 6 months. And I was looking back on my life, and I saw that there are lots of times where I had a desire for something. Maybe it was to start a business or to buy a house or to get a certain car or whatever. And it didn't work out. And I was sorely disappointed when it didn't work out. And then later on, as I look back, I am so glad I didn't do that. It would have been a disaster. But at the time, I was so convinced that that's what I wanted. And today is one of those days that we can plant a seed. And I'm going to ask you, before we get into our meditation, to give some thought about what you want moving forward. I can use a couple of examples here. For instance, it's not necessarily about having a place to live, but it's more about how do you feel when you're in your home? How is that going to feel? It may be the home you're in right now. It may be another one. But how is it that you want to feel when you think about your home? How is it that you want to feel when you think about your job or your occupation? Are you happy with it? This is a time to plant a seed so that you have joy in your work and in your expression as you do your work. There's a lot of different things that we need to consider very seriously, because what we plant in this meditation is going to be empowered. And the only thing that will keep it from happening is if it actually goes against your higher self. We're not going to go against our higher self here. But I don't see, as long as it doesn't harm anybody, as long as it doesn't take away from anything or hurt anyone, I don't think there's anything wrong with dreaming a nice dream. I absolutely think we can. So we're going to do a lot of meditation today. And I'm going to be accessing a lot of energy, which, if your heart is open, it should come to you as a transmission. It's just energy. What you do with that energy is up to you. That's why I keep coming back to set your intention in your heart. And as the energy comes in from the meditation, just open your heart to it and then silently accept, as if it's right now, in this very moment, something that is there. Christ said that all things are possible if you believe. And he said, faith is the substance of things not seen, the evidence of things not present. In other words, we're going to set out an intention that has no substance or presence right now. But in our heart, it will have that substance and our presence right now. We're not going to create a seed that somewhere down the line is going to fruit. The essence of that seed, what is going to create the fruit at the end of the harvest, is already in the seed. It doesn't pop up later on. It's in the seed itself. So right now, even though we haven't gotten the full flourish of the plant or whatever it is that we're planting, the essence of the end of it is in the seed that we're planting. It's right here, right now. And we don't need to keep digging up the seed and doing more affirmations. If you do it properly, if you actually see this perfectly as you're planting this seed, then you just let it be. Go about your life. When you think about it, you think positive. That's how you water the seed. That's how you give the nutrients to the seed. But you don't dig it up. That's not proper. So get it clear in your mind what you want. I suggest that you think about happy states of mind, being surrounded by people that you love to be around, having adventures, or maybe just having some solitude that maybe you need. I don't know what you need. You know what you need. But we're going to plant that seed. And when the energy of the meditation comes to you, don't be thinking about the seed so much. We're already planting it at the beginning. Just allow the energy to flow over it. Allow the energy to flow over your consciousness. And accept that that is coming to you under the condition that it does no harm and it only makes things better for you and for everyone concerned. We need to live an uncommonly fine life. We don't need to depend on others. We need to depend upon ourselves and our spirit. We do welcome others around us. People are very helpful. I love being around people, especially in groups where we work toward a common good. It's always happy. But this is for your own little garden. What is it that you want 6 months from now? I'm going to meditate until I feel it's complete. That may be 2 songs, it may be 5 songs. We'll see. Here we go. Take a breath. The seed's been planted. It's been nourished. And now the only weed that will get in the way of that seed growing into the plant that you envision is the weed of doubt. Banish it from your life. There's nothing that can stop this unless it goes against your higher self. And I don't believe that any of your desires and wishes go against your higher self. It's just my thought. This is a most amazing, auspicious time. Namaste.